So recently I haven't been uploading for a while, and that's because I got bored of Roblox. But recently I have been looking into different operating systems. Why? Well, when you have whole tools and projects to debloat an operating system, it speaks for itself. Now so far I have tried Linux Mint, but it's kind of a switching OS. It's mostly for people who want to switch from Windows to Linux. But at this point I've gotten better with Linux. And apparently in the Linux world, to be a professional you have to go through the process of manually installing Archlinux. So that is what we are doing today. I mean, what could go wrong? Spoiler, everything. So let's get into this. Okay, so we're now just load my game and then set this font recommended by the ArchWiki. Now let's connect to the internet. So I don't know, is this it? Let's just try pinging the ArchWiki so we see does it actually work. Okay, we are getting packages, so let's interrupt with Control-C. Now, what's next? Ah, yes, setting my time and date. That's not my time, but we'll come back to that. Okay, let's list this. So we have this random disk, I don't know what it is, and the actual drive we want to partition to have Arch. So let's select that disk without this, and then we to name and create disk label, then and for a new partition, go give it. I don't know how much is a display. Maybe like 512 megabytes. What? Okay, so we made the first partition where the system boot and that lives. Now the partition where we will store our files. Sync process. Okay. So I've made the partition. If you don't know, your hardware speaks machine code and the kernel doesn't. The files basically translated so they can work together. Okay, so now that we made our partitions, we have to actually bake them, since this change is just a RAM right now. So we'll format the first partition as FAT32, and then for the next one, since Linux prefers X to 4 for all the files, we will format that to the other partition as that. Now we mount the second partition, and now inside of that we will make a new folder where the actual boot is, and then mount that folder. Next we'll use the packstrap command to basically make the system. Default should be fine, so on. And again, default 1.
One eternity later.
Okay, so we are back. Now that we got the base Linux Arch system, we need to let the system know from where to start when it boots. Now we go inside our newly installed Arch system and set the time zone properly. I have to censor this information since it would basically dox me. And now we tell the system to use that clock on boot. Now, we should probably set a password. Okay, the network manager is installed, so we actually need to enable it. And then we install the grub EFI boot manager. And now we make the EFI directory and mount it. Then we install grub, the actual bootloader of Linux. Now we have to actually enable it. And again, enable the network manager and reboot. Also, I forgot to hit record, but ran these commands. And then finally, we installed the desktop.
One eternity later.
And here we go, finally a GUI. And let's type user root and my password. And click, then click login. Oh, and we're here, finally! We are now on the desktop. Let's see what we have here. We have a terminal classic for Linux. If you have Linux, you need a terminal. Visual File Explorer. Oh wait, is that the classic Windows window bug? That's what I hit. And yeah, that's about it for this video. I will make a part 2 using Arch, but for now, that's it. And now to end it, like a real Linux user, I use Arch by the way.